Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I have a very important topic for you which will help you getting a job which you are looking for. Have you ever wondered why you are not called for interviews even you have submitted a whole lot of resumes in Indeed and other job platforms? In this video we will talk about this and about creating a powerful and effective resume that will grab the attention of recruiters. We will also talk about ATS, that is Applicant Tracking System, and how your resume is scanned. We'll also talk about some tips and techniques to ensure your resume shines in 2023. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. In this video, we will discuss what to include in your resume that it can pass through the ATS software and reach to the employer. Before we learn how to create the perfect resume, let's understand what is ATS. Suppose you made a perfect resume. You spend hours on it, making sure it outlines your skills and experience in the best possible light. After all that work, you're still not getting enough interviews, even for those jobs that you are sure that you are qualified for. Have you ever thought so? Why is that? When you submit your resume on any platform, it usually doesn't go to a human being. It goes to a computer. In fact, there is a good chance a real person will never see your resume. That's because more and more employers are using applicant tracking system, that is ATS, to screen their resumes. It is a computer software designed to scan resumes for certain keywords and cancel out the ones that don't match the job description. So if you want your resume to actually make it into the hands of a human being, you need to make sure that it's made according to the job you're applying for. Now let's discuss how ATS works. There are four basic steps. Whenever the employer posts a job on any platform, a job requirement enters into the ATS. This requirement includes the information about the position, such as the job title, the desired skills, and the required experience that the employer needs. The second step is that the ATS then uses this information and it creates a profile for the ideal candidate. Okay. Then, as the applicants submit their resumes, the ATS source and rank the selected resumes based on how well they match the profile that the ATS has made. And then the last step is that the hiring managers quickly identify the most qualified candidates and move them forward in the hiring process. For example, if a recruiter is hiring for an administrative assistant position and there are 500 resumes, what do you think will be their first step? They will probably search for the keyword administrative assistant or any work requirement in their job description. This will filter out the candidates that have done the exact job before. Now, anyone that doesn't have this exact term in their resume is out of luck. So this means that if you can predict the resume keywords and include in your resume that employers will use in their search, your chances of getting shortlisted for that position increases. So instead of spending hours on applying for 100 jobs with the same resume, spend time to edit your resume according to the employer's needs. Try to edit your resume by using the same keywords that employer has mentioned in his job listing. This will increase the chances of your resume to pass through the ATS system. Now that we have a better understanding on how to get shortlisted for the desired position, let's talk about the Canadian resume format and some tips and tricks. Whenever you are making your resume, make sure it should consist of one page, maximum of 2 pages, not more than that. The best format for a Canadian style resume is a chronological resume. The chronological resume format is the ideal choice for job seekers in Canada because it clearly presents your work history by starting with your most recent job. It lists your previous positions in descending order. It presents your qualification in a logical time-ordered fashion, and it demonstrates to the hiring managers how your skills have developed over time. Start your resume with an attention-grabbing resume header that quickly showcases your contact information to potential employers. You can include these essential contact details on the header of your resume. Your name, it should appear larger than the rest of the font in your resume. Your email address, make sure to use a professional one. It would be great if it has your first and last name and your phone number. You can also include your LinkedIn profile link in your resume. You can then include your objective, which should be very precise, like maybe 2 or 3 lines. Next, you can include your work experience in a chronological format that we discussed, the most recent one, followed by your education certifications, etc. Don't put any irrelevant details in your resume. Try to make it short as possible. Use a font that is easy to read and is professional and consistent throughout your document. Some popular font choices for Canadian style resume includes Arial, Calibri, Time New Romans, and Verdana. Use a font size of between 10 to 12 and avoid using overly fancy or decorative fonts that might make your resume difficult for the employees to read and pass through the ATS system. Now, we'll discuss what you should not include in your resume. You should avoid putting your pictures in resume. This will let the employer focus only on your experience and your education. You should also avoid putting your personal information such as your age, birth date, passport information, SIN number, marital status, race and religion, and your salary requirements. Avoiding these descriptions will only let the employer to focus on your employment, on your work experience, on your education, and will not make a decision depending upon your race, upon your religion, and other personal information. So here I have an example of a job listing that I will read it in front of you. What are the job requirements of a nurse, okay, that is needed in a clinic. So here it says that how you will make an impact. So it's written here: prepare and administer specialized IV and injection therapies, initiate IV lines, perform phlebotomy, perform patient monitoring, provide patient care by utilizing the skills of observation, assessment, nursing diagnosis, counseling, and health teaching. And then what you will bring to our team: at least 3 years of recent acute care experience, preferably in a hospital setting. ICU or ER will be seen as an asset. Graduated from an accredited school of nursing, excellent intravenous skill required. So these are few examples that I have read it in front of you. Now, picking up these keywords, you can include in your resume that what experience you have. So you can mention in your experience that you have excellent intravenous skills. Okay. Then you can mention that you have recent acute care experience. You can mention that you have provided care by utilizing the skills of observation, assessment, nursing diagnosis, counseling, and health teaching. So you can use the same keywords and same work experience that they require, and it makes your resume possible for shortlisted by ATS. And always remember to make your resume on a Word format, because ATS will accept this format rather than making your resume on a PDF or other designing softwares. It is easier for the ATS to go through the Word process, and it will make the scanning of your resume easier. Hope you liked our today's video. If you have any comment or any queries, you can comment below. We'll love to answer that. Um, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We'll come with a new video next time. Till then, bye from Gupshup with Naz.